Biden. Joining me now, former White House Communications Director Alyssa Farah. Alyssa, good morning. Great to see you. And I'll start with that. I was asking earlier before, sort of riddle me this and explain to me how the administration is saying that the former administration left them this big mess. I mean, I can't make sense of it.
Oh, no, it's ridiculous. This is squarely the Biden border crisis, a crisis of his own making. So you'll recall on the campaign stage, Joe Biden raised his hand that he was not going to enforce our nation's immigration laws. And then he openly called for amnesty, signaling to, thousands of potential migrants. The borders are open. You can come on in. So this is a real problem that his administration is going to have to grapple with, and quickly. For one example, the Donna, Texas border facility has over 1,000 unaccompanied minors there. I've toured this facility with Vice President Pence. This cannot safely accommodate those kids, especially during COVID. Not to mention, there's nothing humane about this border practice, these border policies under Biden. So 1 in 3 women that make that long and arduous journey north will be sexually assaulted. They're also falling victim potentially to drug trafficking, to human smuggling, not to mention the public health crisis and the elements. Like, this is not the right thing for our country, and it's squarely on the Biden White House's shoulders.
And there seems to be a lot of hypocrisy there. President Biden certainly has an opportunity to walk this back. Maybe it wasn't the right time to sort of signal to the migrants that we're open for business, and to sort of so that they would, sort of make that run in a way, and overwhelm the system, especially during a period of COVID. Alyssa, I mean, there are so many people who are saying, I can't travel around from state to state without getting a COVID test, and we're letting migrants come into the country without it.
Well, yeah, and not to mention releasing them into our communities and talking about putting thousands into, Texas facilities. There's still time for him to walk this back. But what I worry about is, will Democrats in Congress actually hold him accountable? When we had a crisis during the Trump administration, which we actually worked to resolve through our policies, you had Democrat lawmakers on the southern border bringing attention to it, but we really haven't seen that same level.
All right, I want to talk about another issue of hypocrisy in some ways. We are looking at one of Governor Cuomo's accusers offering new details to investigators, former aide Charlotte Bennett, saying that the governor made her horribly uncomfortable in the workplace, claiming that he's preoccupied with hand size and what that size of hands implies. Maria spoke to Donald Trump Jr. about the ongoing scandal last night. Listen to this.
This guy was made a hero when he seems like he's maybe the biggest predator in American politics today. And yet that's what you get if you're a Democrat. You can get away with it. No one's going to hold you accountable.
Alyssa, he's saying he didn't do it. He's denying it. And President Biden is saying, well, let's just watch as the investigation unfolds. I have a feeling that if he was a Republican, the reaction would be far more severe than that.
Oh, absolutely, and very well said by Donald Trump Jr. I mean, this man, very credible accusations from many women, most of them Democrats who have nothing to gain other than just to tell their story. And the fact that the New York Democrats in the legislature have basically said, you know what, we're not going to do anything, it is a shame. It frankly puts the Me Too movement backward. It says we are not going to believe all women. If this was a Republican, he would have been gone weeks ago. And it's time for Cuomo to resign.
Yeah, and it's not just this issue. I was just going to say, I mean, he's really got 3 issues on his plate right now. He has the nursing home scandal here in New York, lying about essentially about the deaths and the damage caused in those nursing homes. Then he's got sexual harassment, these 7 women coming forward now. And then on top of it, we heard that his vaccine czar was calling around, Larry Schwartz, asking people whether they still support the governor or not. And they were afraid, really, to tell Mr. Schwartz the truth because they were worried that that would impact the vaccine distribution in their communities. I mean, he's got 3 big issues here.
Oh, absolutely. It's showing he's a bully. He's a serial sexual harasser, if we're to believe these allegations, which I do. And then he has to answer for the 10,000 seniors that died in his care. The walls are closing in on Governor Cuomo, but I am hoping that brave Democrats like Assemblyman Ron Kim continue to speak out, because that's what's going to make all the difference. The party right now is being very, very timid and very cowardly and not being more direct with him.
Let's talk about this. The hot mic may have tipped the Democrats' hand on passing the Biden administration's upcoming infrastructure plan. This was during a news conference yesterday. Maryland Democratic Senator Ben Cardin caught telling Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg that budget reconciliation would most likely be needed to pass a massive infrastructure package. Alyssa, your reaction?
Well, this is very important to watch. I warned folks, don't get as caught up on the filibuster. Democrats abusing, I would say, reconciliation to ram through big legislation on purely partisan grounds is something we're going to see. Listen, an infrastructure package from Democrats is very different than what Republicans could want. You can assume that it's going to be a ton of special handouts to Democrat states. It's also going to be a climate change package that's meant to cripple certain industries and then benefit others. So this is a very bad sign. It goes against what President Biden promised he would do, which is work on a bipartisan basis. And I think Republicans are going to push back and say, no way.
I think the hypocrisy is actually very apparent with the name of the bill. For example, with the $1.9 trillion stimulus, we were calling it coronavirus relief. And we know that the substantial portion had nothing to do with the pandemic or reparations for that. And now the administration's walking around calling it the American Rescue Plan. They've effectively changed the name.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, again, they're going to tour liberal strongholds to say, look what we gave you, what money, what handouts, what bailouts for poorly run Democrat cities were put into this massive spending bill. They're clearly looking out for their reelection efforts in 2022 and 2024. But it's not what the American people want. The American people want actual COVID relief. They want schools to actually be open. They want a border that's actually secure. And on all of those elements, President Biden is failing at this moment.
Yep, that's true. Alyssa Farah, great to see you this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jackie.